What's going on? What's going on, guys? Jay the Black here. Salute to everyone that's tuning in. I got to talk about what's going on in the life of Malcolm-Jamal Warner's family. Malcolm-Jamal Warner lost his life last year. Basically 1 year since then. This is why his wife bringing his lawsuit is so bogus, because it's been a year since he passed, and on the date of him passing a year later, she's suing his mother because his mother's over his trust. She has control over his trust, and she doesn't like that. She's upset, and she does this weird interview with Gayle King. Listen, nothing happens when you do an interview with Gayle King. Nothing good happens anyway, right? So she does this interview, fake crying over the fact that his mother has control of his trust. She thought she would have control of it. She is very upset at the fact also that, when he passed, he had not gotten the life insurance that she expected him to have. She expected him to get a $1 million life insurance policy. He didn't do it before he passed, and she's very upset about that as well. This whole prenup thing, right? She's claiming he violated the prenup by not getting a policy. Why is it always money when it comes to these women, right? It's very clear to me that she expected him to take care of her, even through death. That's why when he passed, there were people who thought that it was very suspicious how a man, even at 54, who's in great health, loses life in this weird situation of drowning. Now, according to Malcolm-Jamal Warner's mother, he wasn't the most experienced swimmer. So, why is he in those particular waters out there in Costa Rica, which is known, especially in that area, to have very troubled water, so to speak, right? Well, it's been a year, and his wife has not given up the fight to get his money. And she does this interview. Now, according to Gayle King, she had no knowledge of any type of lawsuit. She said that she was blindsided by it just like everybody else, because this woman knew exactly, I'm talking about Tenisha, knew exactly what she was going to do. She was going to use the 1 year anniversary of his passing to get this lawsuit out here to garner sympathy. And it's worked in some instances. I looked on the YouTube video of the interview on, I believe, CBS Morning, and there are people sympathizing with her. And they're mad at his mother, who he trusted, by the way. And I want people to understand this. If Malcolm-Jamal Warner really trusted his wife, he would have changed the trust situation. He would have gotten the $1 million life insurance policy. Why didn't he get the $1 million life insurance policy? Is it because he felt uneasy about his wife, who seems weird? She's sitting up there trying to make herself cry, and it's not working. It should have gave her some eye drops, because all the fake crying just makes her look even worse in this interview. And even Gayle King, was kind of cooking her a bit, saying we had no knowledge of this lawsuit. We didn't know she was going to do this, do the lawsuit after we did the interview. Of course not, because she's a very calculating woman. She seems very entitled. She feels like she's entitled to his money. But his mother was entrusted the trust for many years. Even after he got into a relationship with Tenisha, had a child with Tenisha, he still didn't trust her enough to get that life insurance or to make any changes to his trust. He made no changes. People say, well, he didn't expect to pass away. He was at 54, right? So he's at a point in his life where you think about those things. Even then, he still did not make changes. So let's get into this article. Also, we're going to get into this interview. This is a very weird interview, right? This whole thing is weird. Malcolm-Jamal Warner's widow, Tenisha Warner, is opening up about her daughter's grief journey. Of course, I bet her daughter is grieving. I know her daughter's grieving over her father, but I'm sure that Tanisha's grieving over that money. 1 year after the Cosby Show alum died at age 54, while on a family trip in Costa Rica, his wife opened up about her and her daughter's grief during a CBS Mornings interview conducted before she filed the lawsuit against the late actor's mother over his estate. During the sit-down interview, she shared that her husband will always be a part of their everyday lives and that there is no moving on for them. Okay, we will see. We'll see whether you haven't moved on yet. Okay, we'll see. All right. The emotional capacity that I have can be very limited sometimes, and so I have to, for myself, decide what do I have to give right now in this moment, and whatever I have to give, the first person to get that is my daughter, she said, and then the second is myself. All I could think about was my daughter and what I needed to do to continue to be the parent and to be her only parent, Warner added. But for us, we're his wife and child. There's no moving on. Tenisha, who shares a 9-year-old daughter with her late husband, launched the Warner Family Foundation and the River and Ember, an organization that offers strategies for helping parents assist their children through difficult emotions 2 months after Malcolm-Jamal's death. Now, let's talk about this. She started this foundation, right? This foundation and also this organization to help families. These look like business. Business opportunities. That's what foundations are. They're businesses, in their own ways. And that's what she's looking now to find ways to monetize his legacy. So because she can't get to the money, she's monetizing his legacy. And you want to know why his mother doesn't like her and why Malcolm's mother has been in charge of his trust for all these years? Because he didn't deep down trust his wife. That's why they were together for years, married, and he still did not do the things financially for her that she expected. That should tell you a whole lot about what was going on in that marriage. Thank you for holding us in so much love during this tender time, she wrote on Instagram in September alongside a photo from their wedding day. Tomorrow marks our anniversary, and my heart is wide open. For the first time, I'm sharing a glimpse of the love that began it all. I can still hear his laughter, still feel the way he made room for every part of me. Every tear, every dream. She continued. Together, we carried the legacy of him and I began, one that nurtures children's inner light and gives young artists the freedom to create outside the lines. This is love, still moving, still making, still carrying us forward. Most recently, Tenisha took legal action against her late husband's mother, Pamela Warner, a trustee of the family trust, over alleged unpaid debts. You see that? Unpaid debts. Are you serious? For the last year, I've attempted to privately settle my beloved, complicated estate and honor his last wishes, she said in a statement shared with People. Following her legal action in California Superior Court, Malcolm had every intention to provide for their 9-year-old daughter and her. Y'all notice she says and her, right? He was close to finalizing a new estate plan to replace the stale plan created in 1996 when he was 26 years old, 20 years before they met and well before they gave birth to their daughter. Well, that's interesting timing, right? You claimed that before he passed, he was going to make all these changes. We don't know that. And you're going to have to prove that. But will it be enough for you to succeed in this lawsuit? That I've been struggling to care for our daughter as a single mom and now as her sole provider legally. I have no choice but to take legal action, to protect our rights for any potential statute of limitation expired. Let me say this. His mother is a talent agent. So she's out there in Hollywood. And I saw her interview from last year. She's very businesslike. She's a very businesslike, seemed like a very savvy woman. And I don't think she's going to fold. And I think that she's going to fight this tooth and nail. All right? I really do. I don't think she's going to give in. I don't think she's going to settle with this woman. She's a talent agent. She's been around. She doesn't like this. She doesn't like this woman anyway. And I think she's willing to take this to court, you know. And again, I'm seeing a theme here in this article, in this story, her interview. It's never just about the child. It's always about the child and her. She's making it seem like Malcolm promised to take care of her forever. Yeah, you're his wife. Or you were his wife. You're his widow now. But the child is way more important in this situation, and she's trying to make it seem like she's the important one, right? She's trying to make it seem like he promised to take care of her forever. I mean, people say things when they are together, when they're in relationships, when they're married. He's no longer here, so therefore, you're no longer a priority. Your child is a priority, because you can always move on and marry somebody else, which is probably going to happen. But right now, she's trying to secure the bag. She's trying to secure this bag first. Look no further than Steven Twitch Boss, right? He passes away. Next thing you know, his wife done went and married somebody else, right? Has no relationship with his family, disrespectful towards them, right? So we'll see. While speaking to CBS Mornings before filing the lawsuit, Tenisha didn't give a clear answer when Gayle King asked her if she still kept in touch with Malcolm-Jamal Warner's mother. Yeah, Tenisha replied, right now, everybody, all of his family members and everyone who has lost him, they are grieving. It's been the biggest loss for us, for all of us right now. My daughter and I are just like. King then interjected, you guys are a unit. Yeah, Tenisha continued, it's the emotional capacity that I have can be very limited sometimes, and so I have to, for myself, decide what do I have to give right now in this moment. Whatever I have to give, the first person that get that is her daughter. And she does not have much of an emotional capacity. I want y'all to take a look at this woman and the body language, and you tell me what you see.
Yes, it's still a shock.
We have a three-nager. She just turned 3, so she's an official three-nager. We are a nanny, we are a playmate, we are everything.
It's been the biggest loss for all of us.
All of us.
Right now, my daughter and I are just like...
You guys are a unit.
Yeah.
That heartbreak is turning into a courtroom battle. Exactly 1 year after the Cosby Show star's accidental drowning in Costa Rica, Malcolm's widow Tenisha is suing his mother, the trustee of his family estate. At issue, more than $1.2 million.
I think she does have a strong case. Before they got married, they signed a premarital agreement. And this prenuptial agreement said that Malcolm was going to acquire a $1 million life insurance policy. He was going to give her a $16,000 payment every year. He did none of those things. Now he dies. It makes the surviving wife a creditor of the estate.
His mother's response?
I'm very grateful that I was chosen to be his mother.
In a heartfelt post marking Malcolm's passing, Pamela Warner wrote about how hard the last year has been. She shared childhood pics, but also mentioned she's learned, quote, how cruel, evil, and greedy a human can be, although she does not mention anyone by name.
Do you communicate with his mom?
In Gayle King's exclusive interview, airing in full tomorrow on CBS Mornings and taped before the lawsuit was filed, she asked Tenisha about her relationship with the mother-in-law she is now suing.
Are you close to his mom? Where is she? She's in Los Angeles?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right now, everybody, like all of his family members and everyone who has lost him, they are grieving.
Now, again, she wouldn't give a straight answer because there is no relationship. And it's probably been like that for a long time. She seems like one of those people that don't want to have a relationship with her spouse's family, right? She would prefer to be with the man and not his family. I think that's what it is. And when you don't have a good relationship with the family, it's going to show. I honestly don't know where this is going. I think it's sad that this man passed away and all people can think about is money, right? You're a doctor. You don't have a career you can't go back to, you can go back to. It's very clear to me she don't want to work. She wants to live off of his name and his money instead of her getting back to work. That's what this is. She probably thought that he would take care of her forever instead of her actually going out there and doing something for, herself, because she's going to have to move on now. She has no choice. He's passed. Like, that is where we are. I just think that she should focus on building a support system around her and her daughter and finding a way to support her instead of suing. Because this thing could be dragged on for years. So let me know in the comment section below. Let me thoughts, like the video and share. Follow me on all my social media platforms. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. Click notification bell, and I'll see y'all next one.